So online student, offline. No, not possible. Every time I'm not going to send it. You have to write down. Online student, you have to take a screenshot, and offline you can write down. The whole file I'm not able to send. Why coming late? 11 minutes later, the next time I will not allow in my class. Go outside and take insert. Okay, router. This one turn off light. No, this one yes. Now the router. Pradeep, audible. Pradeep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Pradeep, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Router will work on which layer? Which layer or router will work? Which layer router will work? Krishna, which layer? I asked router will work on which layer?
Jagati, your voice not audible.
You can reply. Turn off the fan. Fan turn off. This one also. Your name? Srinivas, yesterday joined. In which layer router will work? Router will work on which layer? You. Data link layer. Why data link layer? Only attending class from the home, work from home, home side, offline, online. And why you are not going to learn? At least you have already sent the data on a WhatsApp, so you have to read, not a collection, data collection. Save in a mobile, in a laptop. You have to read out. You have to utilize the time for 24 hours. Now you have 8 hours for sleeping. The remaining hours you have to study here. You have spent 70,000 rupees, so you have to study. If I teach the topic, you have to answer. No need to waste your time. If answer is wrong, I am frustrated. Why answer you are wrong? If I am going to ask harder question, then what will happen? So you have to think where you are going to career. If you are going to learn, then you will be able to work. If I complete my topic, I will ask. I want only answer, the right answer, not a wrong answer. In my which layer? Router will work on which layer? Yes.
Hello.
Krishna. Krishna.
Yes, sir.
Which layer router is going to work? It means no idea. If you have idea, so you have to reply fast. No need to wait. Raghavendra, which layer is router going to work? Anusha, network layer. The router, what is router? What is router? Surya. Loudly. Okay. Where we have to use router? One place to another place. Two or more systems? No. If we have two different networks, so that time we have to use the router. Router is used between two different networks. If we have a same network, then which device we have to use, Surya? We have a same network. Same network means we have IP address 192.168.1.0. CIDR value is 24. Then how many PC will be there? 254. The default subnet mask 254. Then all the IP address will be able to communicate within a same network. But within a same network, which types of device we have to use? Which types of device we have to use in a same network, Surya? Srinivas. You are in WhatsApp group. I have already sent the data. Why you have not completed this task? Huh? I am asking here, in a same network, like we have a 100 PC. So the 100 PC IP address will be 192.168.1.1.100. Then which types of device we have to use? Krishna Mohan, Redmi Note 11, can you rename? Redmi Note 11, you can rename your name. Then I will identify. Pradeep,
Yes, sir.
same network, which types of device we have to use? We have a 100 PC, then I want to communicate between all to all. So which kinds of device we have to use? Okay. Which type? Switch. Here you have to use switch. I told in a switch example 48 port is there. The one port we can use. You have to study now. This one is a switch. The total 48 port is there. Then in a company side modem is there. This one is a modem. So you have to use the cable, connect this modem to switch. The one port is already reserved. The remaining port is 47. Then 46 PC we can connect. 46. Then the next one, we have a 100 PC, so that time we have to place another 2 PCs. Because every switch, 46 PC we can connect. So the place wire here to this one. Again this side, switch number 2, the one port is used. Remaining is 47. So 47 is there, so we can place here 46 PC. If you want to communicate, you place here 100 PC. The next we can use for extend the network. So this one is same types of device, so we have to use this one is the same network. 192.168.1.0 network we are using. Every PC IP is same. The all PC will able to communicate. So only we can use switch. Okay. Yes. Why I came late here? This one is going on a side. Shut in, Joe. Shut in. Tomorrow I will ask again question. All class you have to memorize. Also evening color coding I will ask. So router is an inter-networking device. The router will use between two different networks. And I will show you today how we have to work on a Cisco packet tracer. It enables communication between two or more different logical networks. We have one network there, AMI-paired, another one is Kuppetpalli. So that time we have to use a two router. One router will be AMI-paired, another router will be Kuppetpalli. And then we have to take a connection from the ISP, Internet Service Provider. The AMI-paired Internet Service ISP and the Kuppetpalli ISP, the both are connected. Okay. So the both are connected maybe lead line, whatever the internal limit that one. So both are connected. Every ISP, AMI-paired, Mumbai, Pune, the all ISP connected to this. The base topology, all to all. So suppose this was a building, AMI-paired, and AMI-paired having a three floor is there. Two floor is there. This one is the example first floor and a top floor, it is 5 floor. We have another branch is there. So in the same building, we can use only one router. If different place, we need to use two routers. This building, if top floor, first floor is there and the 5 floor is there. So we can use only one router. Why? Because short distance is there. We can use only one router. No need to buy two router. If different location, so that time we need to buy two routers. Why? Because we cannot use the wire in a long distance. The maximum distance is 100 meter. So more than 100 meter, so we have to use two router. One router for AMI-paired, another router for branch. So it will enable the communication between two different networks. The third point, it will work on layer 3. Layer 3 means network layer. Only you have to memorize layer 1, hub, and repeater. Layer 2, switch. Layer 3, router. And layer 3, switch. It comes from the word route, R-O-U-T. Route means path. The route means path. Suppose here, AMI-paired to Charminar. So your route, which route we have to go? The road, na? The road we can say as a route. Route means path. Which way we have to go? So multiple ways there, but we have to use always a short path. If there is a traffic, we can use alternative path. Okay. Hence, it is also a device that finds the best path. The router will find the best path source to destination. Okay. Depend on the router. Depend on how many routers we have. The best path I will show you. The IP address of the router is default gateway of the all device. Suppose example, router is there and another one, a switch is there. The router and switch, which cable we have to use? Router and switch different device now, which cable we have to use? Only Surya. Straight cable we have to use. And you have the computer. Multiple computers, so we need to use switch. Connect the computer. Okay. And IP address example here. The computer IP address like 192.168.1.2 IP address for the first system. This will be free. I can write because there is no any space, so short I can write. 1.3, another PC 1.3, and the PC number third 1.4 and 1.5. This one is a router, and the router IP address we have configured here. The router IP address is 192.168.1.1. Subnet mask. If I'm going to write 24, it's called subnet mask. So the router IP address is here 1.1. We cannot configure switch IP address, which is used to communicate multiple devices. If you have a multiple PC, so that time we have to use switch for the communication. Okay. So this router IP address will be the gateway of the PC. The all PC is connected to the switch. So you know this side ISP is there. So router is connected. This one example ISP. Internet service provider. The ISP will provide you a public IP address if you want to purchase. Connection is required. You have to place the one connection from router to ISP. So internet is there. This side internet is there. If you want to go, you want to access internet, so you have to reach on the router side. And router will guide you. If you have an idea regarding the router, the gateway is there, then you can access it. Suppose all of you are sitting there. If you want to go outside, you know the path where we have to exit. The main gate is there, you know now. If you want to go for break, if you want to go for home, whatever you want, the main gate. Also, you are living in a home side. Your main gate is a gateway. A gateway is a node. What is a gateway? The gateway is a node in a device. It will provide you the path from outside. You want to access internet, any website, Google IP address is different, Gmail IP address is different, every website having a unique IP address. So for you, if you want to come for class, your main gate is a default gateway. If you want to go outside another location, that main gate is a gateway. You have to exit from the main gate. Then you can come. Jet King, maybe outside also college over. So for the PC is connected to the switch, and switch is connected to the router. Here. The PC is connected to the switch, and the switch is connected to the router, and router is a gateway for the PC. For the every PC, the gateway will be router IP address. So I am going to write one example 192.168.1 dot. This IP address 2 and subnet mask will be 24. And gateway always router IP address. Okay. Every PC we need to configure 1.1 as a gateway of the router. If you want to go on a internet is there this side. So you are connected with the switch and the request goes to the router. So router IP address will be gateway for the every node. Every node, the gateway will be router IP address. Clear now? In a lab side, the all PC is connected. The lab side 16 PC is there. So the all PC is connected to the switch, and that which is connected to the modem, getting modem. So that modem IP address is 192.168.1.1. For the system, my system also, the gateway will be modem IP. Example I will show you here. If I am going to show you my IP address detail, so this one, double click detail. Now you can see 192.168.1.35 is the IP address, unique identifier. This one is subnet mask. The third, lease obtained, already we completed in a operating system also. The lease obtained. We have received the IP address 2nd August 7:56. I have started my system 7:56, and that time I received the IP address. And the lease expire. Lease means kiraya. I can't say. Okay. Lease means kiraya. Okay. Okay. We can say rent. Okay. 24 hours. The IP. Okay. The IP address. It will provide for 24 hours. After 24 hours, it is going to expire the IP address. You know, Cyberpunk Cafe. Whenever we are going to use a system, so 1 hour charge maybe whatever the time. After 1 hour, we want to work. So again, you have to pay the amount. Then you can continue. Otherwise, you have to leave that one. Same thing is there. So the lease expired 3rd August, 7:56:18 seconds. The default gateway, it means the system is connected to the gateway. The IP address is 1.1. And this gateway we can type on our browser. It will open the modem page. So you can see 192.168.1.1. I am going to type up a site and it will open this one modem. This one is a modem. The whole system is connected. Why coming late? And here you have to follow the time 8:20. 32. So this side here is modem. IP address is a 1.1 and every device gateway is 1.1. Then you will able to go outside. Clear na? Okay. Able to understand everyone? In my one. If any doubt there you can ask. I will repeat. Suppose only simple way you have your story in your mind. Suppose you have a system and you have a switch. There is no any modem and router. So no need to configure gate. You can't access internet. According to this diagram, if there the router is not connected to the ISP, then we can't access internet. ISP is required. If we are going to connect the ISP, so ISP will provide the internet. We need to configure the IP address. This one is a private IP address. You need to purchase. Okay. This router IP address is 1.1 and there internet is working. Because we have placed the internet wire there. So the switch, if we have a multiple computer, so we can place the switch. And then you want to access internet, we need to configure IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway always router IP. Then you can. And also we need to configure DNS also. DNS is required. We have configured DNS, but we have not configured default gateway, then you will not able to access internet. In a Windows operating system already completed this one. Practical I have already. So we need to configure IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, and DNS address. Okay. You can check in my system also. The IP address and subnet mask, default gateway, DNS, all thing is there. Double click and check. IP address, subnet mask, there, default gateway, and here DNS server 1.1. This one is DSC server. It means we are getting IP address from this device, the modem. The 1.1 is the modem. Modem DHCP is configured. When we are going to place the internet cable in a system, we will get the IP address automatically. You can check we have already selected IP, open IP address automatically. Internet protocol version 4, select and obtain an IP address. The both sides. Then we will get IP address through the DHCP router. The IP address is 1.35. But you want to configure 1.100. So that time we need to configure static manual IP address. So manual IP address you can configure like that. There you have to click there and then use the following IP address. IP address, subnet mask, default gateway. The default gateway will be router IP address. Okay, and DNS that is provided by I. So DNS for us 192.168.1.1 and default gateway will be 192.168.1.1. Clear here? Okay. So there the IP of the router is a default gateway for the all device in a LAN. This one, router IP address will be default gateway for the all client computers. Why I am going to repeat again and again? The next time I will ask, so I want only right answer, not a wrong answer. For the all client, the default gateway will be always router IP address. Okay? Any doubt here? Have any question you can ask? Come on. Any question? Don't hesitate. Only you have to memorize the all PC is there, computer is there now. So we have to configure the IP address. Any IP address we can configure 192.1.2, 1.10, 1.11, 1.12, 1.100 also. This is the IP address of the computer. Also we have a router is there. We need to configure the IP address of the router also. Whatever we are going to configure the IP address of the router, any 1.1, then that IP address will be default gateway for the all device, for the all computer. Okay, laptop here. Now, can you go for next? This side. The same thing is there. Types of router. There are two types of router: hardware and software router. The hardware router, Cisco router, company, Juniper router, Multicom, HP, D-Link, multiple. Software router, only two is there: Microsoft Server and Linux Server. Microsoft Server, we will learn how can we communicate between two different networks without router. So that time we have to use, what we have to use? We have to use Microsoft Server. Yeah, we can use Linux Server also. We can use Microsoft Server, yeah, we can use Linux Server for communication between two different networks. The router is used to communicate two different networks. We can use server also, we can use Linux also. We will learn in the server also and I will guide Linux also. Okay. But here you have to ask. You have to discuss classmates. They will guide. Now, this one clear? Online student, you can take a screenshot if you want.
Clear, Javed.
Okay. I told this one. Function of the router. Wait. Suppose function of the router. The first function, enter network communication, the first point. The second point, best path selection, packet switching, and packet forward. So I am going to zoom it here. For example, wait, I have to add. So, example here, the router IP address, this one, 192.168.1.0 network. And the client is connected here 1.1 and 1. Another PC 1.2 IP address. 1.2. Two devices there. And this router IP address 192.168.2.0 and this router IP address 3.0. So this side also client PC will be there. Okay, I have to use this one. So scenario. Okay, this one I have used. So what we have to do? Clear. Example, we have a 3 router. Router number 1, router number 2, an example router number 3 is there. Wire is connected this side. This. From there to there to there. This one is a R1, router 1, router 2, R2. And this one last, router 3, R3. Name of the router, you can place any name. So this side, we can use a switch. This side switch is there. Also this side switch is there and PC is there. This side switch is there and PC is there. For example here, switch is there, which is connected, and you have a PC, and also PC is connected to the switch. This 1, 2, 3, connect the wire. The same thing is there. So I'm going to copy and paste. And same is there. On a PC. IP address example, the router 1 IP address, this side we need to configure here 192.168.1. One IP address of the router and CID value is 24 font size. The router 1 IP address. Router 2, this side IP address we need to configure. This interface, every green interface we have to configure this IP address. Fast is the only we have to understand this one. The another one IP address 2.0 network 2.1 router IP address. So this side we have to configure. The last one here 3.0 network. So 3.1. So this IP address I have noted here. So we need to configure where we need to configure. So this interface we need to configure. This interface we need to configure the IP address. And this one fast Ethernet 0/0. This side fast Ethernet 0/0. This side we have to. The client IP address, this one is a 1.2 and 1.3 IP address. This 2.1 client IP address will be 2.1, 2.2. 2.1 is the router IP address. Then the client IP address will be 2.2. This second PC 2.3. Another one 2.4. The same thing here 3.2, 3.3 and 3.4. This IP address, client IP address. So router is used to connect two different networks. So this side, if the 1.3 IP address want to communicate 2.4, yani this PC, you want to send the packet. We have a two path, router 1 to router 2. Directly it will goes to, and the router 2 will send the packet to the switch. This one is the first way, and this one is the second way from router 1 to router 3 and router 3 to router 2. Okay. The router having a routing table. In a starting time we have learned router having a routing table, it will maintain over the net. So there 1.3 want to send the packet data to 2.4, there is two paths. It will send to the switch, then switch will forward the packets to the router, and router will check in a routing table. In the routing table all information is there, it will send from way, another way it will go to the router 3. Router 3 will receive the packet, it will check the entire, it will check the routing table and then it will send the packet from there. Two paths is there to reach that destination. But you know, so this side, this metro is an Amirpet. This one is Amirpet, na? You can go straight. Hardly it will take by bike. It will take hardly 1 minute. But if the route is, there is traffic, we can use alternative path. The alternative path is there by Mathura Nagar, by another way, SR Nagar. Okay. The same thing is there. But always we have to follow the best path. It means short. So the router will follow the best path for the route 1.3 to 2.4. The best path will be router 1 to router 2. Because how many red light is there? Suppose from there to SR Nagar. If 2, 3 red light is there, and by another way, only one red light is there, then which path you have to follow? One red. So this side also the one red light is there. And this side from this way, it will be 1 and 2. 2 stop is there. This side on directly 1 stop. And this side 1, 2. 2 hope is there. Hope means device, hope count. So router having a routing table, it will create a routing table and it will use the best path. Best path will be first one, this one. If their best path goes down, this one path goes down, then it will send the packet from there to. Clear enough? Okay, getting my points? The first best path is there now. And alternate path is router 1 to router 3 and router 3 to router 2. The first priority, it will always transfer the data from the router 1 to router 3. If that path goes down, it will use another path. This one. You can say backup path, alternative path. It's clear? Okay? Three router is there. Okay, interconnection. Okay, wait. So here. So this router, if the three router belongs to same building, we can use router to router cable. Fast Ethernet we can use also. Any cross cable. If device, if the router belongs to different geographical area, one is Amirpet, another is Kukatpalli, and third one is SR Nagar. Then what we have to do? Here we have to take a connection from the ISP. Okay, the all ISPs connected together, na? So that time you have to take a IP address, configure the IP address, then all router will be able to communicate. So we have discussed the private IP address we can use within a company, within a building. You can communicate. If we are going to another branch, 1.0 is using that branch also. And every company they are going to use sometime 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. Any IP address they can use. That one is IP address, a private IP address. And private IP address we can only communicate within company, within organization, within building. The outside building we cannot able to communicate. Okay. The ISP having a public IP address. The one branch is there Amirpet, another branch is Hyderabad, Kukatpalli, and the third is SR Nagar. So in my site, Amirpet, I have to purchase a router. If I want to communicate the three branch, purchase a router every branch. And then they said Amirpet, we need to take a connection from the ISP. And if you want to communicate between all branch, public IP address we need to purchase. And that public IP address we need to configure on Amirpet router, Kukatpalli. So they need to purchase public IP address to the ISP and configure that IP address on a router. The same SR Nagar. So we have already discussed in a SR, in a public IP address. So all public IP address, the unique IP address in a globally, then the all public IP address will able to communicate together. Clear na? The public, all public IP address will able to communicate. Now already sent on your WhatsApp. The class A, class B, class C, private range also, public range also. Tomorrow I will ask for, and then we will start the class. Per day the question, I will ask the question first, and then we will start the class. If you are not able to answer, you will be punishable. Keep in mind. Because dear, you have to think, your parents spend the money for your career purpose. And if you are not going to utilize, then what will happen? You are going to dark side. So this one clear? Able to understand? If same building, we can use same device now. Cross cable. If different geographical area, that time what we have to use, which cable we have to use? So we have to take no. If same building, cross cable. If different location, so that time dear we have to use serial cable. The serial cable it is used to WAN connectivity. The WAN means wide area network. This one is different location now. Kukatpalli and this are different location. Yeah, maybe you can see it. Beside Hyderabad, Pune, Mumbai. So that time, wide area network. So that time we have to use a serial cable for the WAN connectivity. Then all branch will able to communicate together. Clear? So this one, it will send the path This one path, alternate path is there. It will. Okay, clear? The router having a routing table. Okay, I will write one thing. Suppose sorry, we will learn static routing, dynamic routing also. Every router having routing table. This side, routing table. In a routing table, it will store. Oh, this one is a routing table. And here, it is going to store. How many IP address? So here, 192. The router will always store the IP address, network address, not IP address. Router always it will store network address. So wait, I am going to copy and remove this one first. Amirpet Metro. Another one, SR Nagar. So both are connected now. Example, this one router and this one router. So both are connected. So we need to configure here IP address. This side and this side. Both side we need to configure the IP address. Huh? No, router having multiple ports. Router having multiple ports. I will show you. Yes. Multiple interface is there. Fast connect 0/0, 0/1 is there. So ISP will provide the IP address. So that time we have to place the cable, the serial cable. And that serial cable we need to configure public IP. And then private IP you can configure fast connect. Then we need to configure NATPAN. Then public and private will be communicated. So ISP will provide a IP address and wire also you have to place in a router side. And we know console port is there. Every router side console port is there. Switch side also console port is there. Manageable switch, console port. Unmanageable, plug and play. So this side serial port is there. This red wire we have used here serial port. Serial port it is used to WAN connectivity. If you belong to different location, Hyderabad and Pune, ya Mumbai, that time serial cable we have to use. Okay. And we need to configure IP address. Suppose this one, example here is a Hyderabad, this one is a Mumbai, and this one is a Pune. So you know Hyderabad ISP is there. Hyderabad to Mumbai, different path. And Hyderabad to Pune, different path. Okay. In Pune to Hyderabad, this path, and Pune to Mumbai, this path we have. Separate path. So only you have to understand there, in a router, this serial interface, we need to configure the IP address. Between two routers, this one is 3 router, leave it. I will continue later. Otherwise you will be confused. Only you have to understand, if 3 router, it will having a 2 path. This path also and this path also. It will use the first path for the best path. This one, router 1 to router 2, only one hop is there. Hop count. It means only one router is there. And if you are going to router 1 to router 3, router 3 to router 1, it will be 2 routers. To reach there, from this way, only one router, and this way, 2 routers. So which one is the best path? R1 to R2. Yes, R1 to R2 is the best path. It will use this best path to send the packet. If the best path, this one, goes down, then it will use R3 and R2. Yes. Okay. Focus there. This side. Example 1.3 to 1.3.2. Example 1.3 IP address. You want to send this PC 3.2. Yes. Yes. Huh? You can connect by using LAN cable. That one is a software router. Okay, that was different. A home router is there for internet purpose. And this one we are using a Cisco router. It will be costly. So this one is a modem now, you told. Yes. Yes. IP address. LAN cable. IP address we have to configure. Okay. So this one clear? Surya asks, suppose the source address is 1.3, the destination address is 3.2. Also we have given two paths. So this way it will goes to there and router will send the packet to the, it will send first switch, which will check MAC address having this PC, then it will send them. And it will reply also same. Another path is there, R1 to R2 and R2 to R3 also. If the best path goes down, it will use this alternative path. Okay, clear? Can you go for next? Okay. The next one, types of router. There is two router, fixed router, and a modular and non-modular. This one is a modular router, this one is a non-modular. Non-modular we can say fixed router. So, fixed router, yeah, non-modular router, both are same. Non-upgradable. Cannot add or remove port, any port. We have Ethernet port, serial port, console port. We cannot remove, add. So Ethernet or serial port. Any fast Ethernet or serial port we cannot add. It will be fixed. If we are going to buy, suppose a laptop. The laptop, any model number, it will come with configuration. Like 8 GB RAM is there, but you require 16 GB. Then you can buy, you can upgrade. It means you are going to modify. But if you know, suppose your laptop is supported 16 GB maximum, and you require 32 GB, you cannot play. So that time you have to buy another model laptop that is supported by 32 GB. The same thing is there. Suppose the fixed router, yani non-modular, we cannot add and remove. We cannot add or remove fast Ethernet port or serial port. The second point does not have any slot. They are fixed. All interface are fixed. We cannot add and remove this serial ports and you pass it. In fixed router, the ports are integrated on the motherboard, fixed on motherboard. Okay. Modular router are upgradable. We can upgrade also. Yes. Which one? Second point. Third point. In a fixed router, the ports are integrated. All ports are integrated with the motherboard. You know this side system is there. The by default it will come serial port, and port, sound port also. VGA port is there, USB port is there. It will inbuilt. We cannot upgrade. Suppose it's having only 4 USB ports, only we can place here 4 USB device. But if you want to upgrade, the motherboard having a slot USB, you can place their wire and then extend their front side USB. Yeah, use the back USB port is damaged, is not working, so we need to buy USB port and then you can extend. Okay, clear? USB LAN port is there. In a motherboard, every desktop. If LAN port is not working, so we can buy the LAN card device and we can place the slot. Okay. The third point, this one, it is fixed. The by default motherboard. In a motherboard side, all interface are fixed. If you require one port, you can buy a one port model number router. If you require two serial interface, one serial interface and two faster, you can buy this series router. Yeah, you require two serial interface, then you can buy two serial interface model router. So different models. So mobile is there. So some mobile having a 4 GB RAM, some mobile having a 8 GB RAM, 8 GB with 128, 864 also. Depend on requirement you can buy. Okay. If you have buy 8 GB RAM, you cannot extend. 16 GB, any 64 GB memory, we cannot extend. But if you want to extend, if your mobile is supported memory card, you can extend. If mobile is not supported, we can't extend. iPhone, we can't extend. But in an Android phone, we can extend. Clear na? Upgrade. One able to understand? In iPhone, we can never expand the size, internal storage. By another brand, we can extend by using SD card. The modular router, we cannot. Modular router, we can add what? Add or remove. In a modular router, we can add and we can remove interface as per requirement. We can add serial interface, we can add fast Ethernet also. If required, we can add. It means upgrade, add and remove also. Number of slots are available depends on the series of the router. Depend on series. The number of ports are available, you can extend. If slot is there, we can extend. If some motherboard having there is no any PCC slot, then we can't place their sound card, NIC card, eargraph. Okay. If that PCC slot is there, we can extend. Here you can place. Can be added LAN, so can add LAN and WAN card also. And we can place their WAN card also, LAN card also, Wi-Fi also and LAN. This one point is clear, everyone. Modular, it means modulation. It means we can add or remove ports whenever required. But in a non-modular, it means fixed router. We cannot oppose it. We cannot add or remove ports. They are fixed in built motherboards. Clear? Any doubts?
Javed, what is a WAN card?
Wide area network, WAN card, Wi-Fi card. LAN, local area network, NIC card. Okay?
Okay.
Any doubts? Do you have offline student? So after 10 minutes, 15-minute break. After that, we will continue again. Okay? So the next one I am going to show you here. Example, dear, all of you have to check it here. So, you can check. This one is a serial port. Serial port. You can see serial port, console port is there, aux port is there. This one is a console port, CONSOL, aux, AUX, auxiliary port. This one power on a button and power. Okay, power cable, PC side. That same power cable we need to place in a router side. It's on a different router. Okay, in a Cisco router, you can see 2501 series is there. And this one CD interface for WAN connectivity. This CD interface we can use for WAN connectivity. ISP. So the next one here, another one, we can add, we can remove whenever required. But this side also we can add and remove whenever required. This one is a fixed router. You cannot add, you can see there, we cannot place, there is no any socket is there like this. So they are fixed. And this one we can add and remove whenever required. So in the back panel, we can remove this one, we can place their interface. Okay. Now, Cisco router category. The router having a category, the first one is a branch router. Another one network is router and service provider, yani ISP router. Different router is there. ISP router having a different router, branch router having a different router, and network is router having different router is there. So the next one here, example, branch router. So branch router, where we have to use router used by a small organization and branch router. Have a small organization, so we can use branch router. Series number there, this one also we can use. So 800 series, 810, 850, 880. 1900 series, 26 series, 2800 series, yeah, 2900 series. So we can use in a branch router. This one is a branch router for a small office. So another one, network is aggregation router. This one is router. The model series is 1000 series, 5000 series. Can use network is router. So how many routers you have? You have to answer. Branch router, network is router, and then ISP router. Any service provider. This one is a service provider router. ISP. ISP are using 600 series and 900 series. This is the example of the ISP router. The all lights clear right now. But next we are going to learn this one. You can see there from their introduction of the router, we have learned their router, what is router, types of router, and function of the router, types of router, modular and non-modular. Non-modular we can say fixed router, modular we can add and remove whenever required. And there two category, any branch router, network is, and the service provider router. So in a router side, internal component is now we are going to discuss the router internal component. So line 14 is there. We will continue here all. If you connected online, we will continue. 9:30. Break time is there. Okay. So in off. And you can connect it after 9:30. Continue. And Javed Atraf, you have to join offline class. Here, if you want online, so you have to